Hello, welcome to my fellow tankers. Here is my fair review about the Borkenkäfer. Alright, this is not your typical light tank. The Look KPZ Borkenkäfer doesn't win fights with armor. It wins with information, positioning, and pure pressure. 500 meters of view range, insane camo, ridgeline abuse with minus 14 degrees of gun depression, and a special mechanic that literally makes enemies take more damage. Yeah, this thing is different, but is it actually overpowered? Or just a high-skill trap? Let's break it down. So first things first, what is the Borkenkäfer? This is a Tier 11 German light tank. But honestly, calling it just a light tank feels wrong. This thing is more like a hybrid between a scout, a support unit, and a late-game assassin. You can open the game with aggressive spotting, control key positions mid-game, and then completely take over in the late game. And that's the key here. This tank isn't about one role, it's about adapting and controlling the place of the battle. Let's talk about the gun, because this is where things get interesting. You're rocking 344 alpha damage. That's already higher than what you expect from most light tanks. Penetration, around 252, more than enough to deal with most targets, if you pick your shots correctly. Reload, 6.5 seconds. That gives you over 3,100 DPM, which is honestly very strong for a light tank. But the real magic is in the gun handling. 1.27 aim time, 0.3 accuracy. This thing is smooth. You can snap shots, peek quickly, and still hit consistently. And then there's the minus 14 degrees of gun depression. That is insane. You can play ridge lines like a medium tank, but with light tank mobility and camo. So yeah, this gun doesn't just work. It actually encourages you to fight. Now, let's talk mobility. And this is where the Borkenkäfer becomes scary. Top speed, 76 kilometers per hour. Power to weight, 44 horsepower per ton. This thing flies. You get early position control, fast rotations, easy escapes, and insane late-game carry potential. Because speed equals control. If you can be everywhere faster than your enemy, you decide how the game is played. And that's exactly what this tank allows you to do. And now, the real strength. Camo, over 30%, while standing and moving. That's ridiculous. And then, 500 meters of view range. That combination is absolutely deadly. You spot enemies before they even know you exist, and you stay invisible while doing it. But here's the catch. This only works if you know what you're doing, because bad players will just YOLO in and die. Good players will control vision, abuse bushes, and completely shut down enemy movement. Sometimes the best shot you can take is no shot at all. You can let your team in the back line supporting you while you're spotting the ridge lines. And now, the most unique part of this tank, the laser designator. This mechanic allows you to mark enemies, making them take more damage, up to 15% extra damage. Let that sink in. You're not just spotting anymore. You're amplifying your entire team's damage output. So instead of just farming random targets, you start thinking like this. Which enemy is the biggest threat? Who do we need to delete right now? And then you mark them. that turns you into a tactical support player, not just a scout. And in coordinated play, this can be absolutely devastating. Now, let's be real. This tank has basically no armor. 50 millimeters on the hull, 30 on the turret. If you get hit, you feel it. Yes, you have 1,950 HP, but that doesn't mean you can trade like a medium. Your survivability comes from movement, positioning, camo, and timing, not armor. If you make mistakes, you get punished hard. This is not a beginner-friendly tank. If you don't understand spotting, don't read the minimap, or overextend early, you will die fast. But if you know how to control vision, rotate, correctly pick your fights, and stay patient, this tank becomes insanely powerful. This is a high-skill sealing vehicle. The better you are, the stronger it gets. So, is the Borkenkäfer worth it? Honestly, yes, but not for everyone. You get insane mobility, elite camo, 500 view range, strong gun handling, good DPM, and a unique support mechanic. But you also get zero armor, high punishment for mistakes, and a tank that demands skill. This is not a brainless OP tank. This is a thinking player's tank, and in the right hands, this thing is an absolute monster. Here's the thing about playing a scout. You're not the damage dealer. You're the reason damage happens. Every time you spot an enemy, you're creating opportunities for your team. But if your team doesn't shoot, your spotting means nothing. That's why team play is everything. You need to read your team's positions, know where your guns are, and only take aggressive spots when the team can actually support you, because spotting alone doesn't win games. Coordinated pressure does. And the best scout players don't just see the enemy, they make sure their team is ready to destroy them. Good scouts don't farm damage. They create it. So let me know in the comments, do you think the Borkenkäfer is broken or balanced? And if you've played it, how does it feel? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.